It's National Teen Driver Safety Week, and parents are urged to have important conversations with your kids to help them make good decisions on the road. And Kristen Allen is at the First Alert Safety Desk this morning. Kristen, who's the biggest influence on teen drivers?
Well, Tammy, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, it's parents who have the biggest influence on their teens' choices. So they should be having those important conversations about rules that their teens should follow behind the wheel. Motor vehicle crashes are the leading cause of death for teens ages 15 to 18 in the U.S. In 2021, just over 2,600 people were killed in crashes involving a teen passenger vehicle driver, and nearly 900 of those deaths were the teen driver. The Department of Transportation says the key things teen drivers should do to stay safe is always wear a seatbelt, minimize distractions, things like not texting and driving, and also not having extra passengers in the car, which can also be distracting. The Department of Transportation says the most important thing that parents can do is model these behaviors when driving, because as we said, parents have the biggest influence on what their teens do behind the wheel. Coming up in our next half hour, we have important information about a children's play tent that is being recalled this morning. Steve?